Another day and another roundup of GT7 news as more details continue to be shared by players who got their copies early thanks to Amazon messing up. Cheers for that, guys. But I have learnt my lesson after yesterday. This video will be like the one yesterday. There'll just be a background because of copyright. I'm not risking showing any screenshots, let alone GT7 footage. But again, much like the video yesterday, I will include a Google Drive link where you can watch the same video that does include the relevant screenshots and visuals pertaining to what we're going to be discussing today. So if you want to just view that video, go click the link down below. So let's not waste any time because first of all we have some Group 4 cars to discuss. Now we know from yesterday's video that the Genesis models are confirmed. We've only seen actually in-game footage of the Genesis X Group 3, but the G70 Group 4 will also be there, and I just wanted to state, because I forgot to mention it, that will be one of the four-wheel drive versions, joining the likes of the WRX, the Atenza, and of course the Evo in the four-wheel drive category of Group 4 cars. But now we have to talk about the front-wheel drive selection of the category, because that also has a new entrant in the form of the new Suzuki Swift Sport, which I didn't expect. I didn't realise it was going to be a Group 4 car when we saw it confirmed. I thought it was just a generic touring car variant like what we saw with the S15 Silvia and the EK9 Civic. But no, it's going to be a full Group 4 class machine, meaning it can race with Bugatti Veyrons, McLarens, and then there'll be you in your little Suzuki Swift, and on certain tracks you'll probably be faster than them. Just Gran Turismo things, eh? Right, now moving on, more track news to discuss, because we have a new layout of an existing Gran Turismo original circuit, and this time getting a new layout is the fan favourite. Okay, not really. But it's Alsace, which has got a new, shorter version called the Test Course. No, it's not an oval, it's not like the old Test Course, it's sort of a club layout. I'm not sure because I haven't seen any footage, I've just seen the shape of the track, if it includes any of the existing village circuit, but it's obviously set in the same area. But the scenery is definitely much improved, which was a criticism of that circuit when it was added to GT Sport. It was one of the worst looking circuits. While we're on the subject of tracks, time for something a bit more speculative. And this one concerns the high-speed ring, where someone was viewing their replay of a race on that circuit, and over the wall coming out of what appears to be the last corner, we see a kart track. Now, at the moment, this is just what we can see. It hasn't been confirmed. It would be a bit weird if they put that there and it wasn't going to be available for us to use, at least at some point. But at the same time, that's like exactly the kind of thing Polyphony would do. So, who knows? I'll leave that one with you. Our next point now regards Sport Mode, which appears to be mostly the same as it was in GT Sport, where you have 3 sets of daily races, although now, at least for a little while, it seems as though they will actually change daily, since they're, daily races and all, which is good news. And regardless of whether the FIA are going to be involved or not, the championships will continue, like the Gran Turismo Online Championships. But there has been another layer added to the matchmaking thanks to leagues. And to quote the in-game explanation, if you can't see it, depending on which version of the video you're watching, it says this. Some championships use a league system. Some. These championships are divided into 3 leagues, GT1, GT2 and GT3. Matching and championship point rankings are determined separately for each league. Your DR at the start of the season determines the league in which you'll compete, and once your league has been decided, you'll compete in that league until the end of the season. And just to clarify, in case people have missed it, your SR and DR will carry over from GT Sport, provided you obviously played that game and are using the same account, much like liveries that will also be able to be transferred. Now, to move from daily races to daily workouts, because that is being retained from GT Sport, but it is going to work in a different way. We'll have only one car on the spinning roulette board, and the other three things will be varying amounts of money or upgrade parts. And as for the amount of money that they'll give you, it seems to be so far from about 2k to 10k, so on the whole it is going to be much less generous than it was in GT Sport, but I'm okay with that because GT Sport most of the time just kind of threw needless cars at you, and most of the time they were duplicates. We also have more news on car customization, as it continues to get deeper than I ever thought they would actually go, so it's a nice surprise there, but we will also be able to change our car's headlights. And it appears the option will probably be available to most cars. In the screenshot that I'll show on the Google Drive version, we see it being done to a Mark 4 Supra, and there's 4 or 5 different options for headlights, varying in kind of modernity and brightness, and we can also add yellow covers like we could to some of the race cars in GT Sport. And now for our final point, which concerns the used car dealership. Now, it's been confirmed already that this will rotate on roughly a daily basis, but over the course of that day, some cars will flag up with messages in the dealership saying that they are in limited stock, and some of them will also sell out. So it will be grayed out in the menu, you'll be able to see the car but you won't be able to buy it, and then the stock will rotate eventually when all the rest of the cars move over. So I suppose that adds a little more jeopardy to the used car dealership. Not only if you've got to make sure you don't miss the car you want, in case you don't have enough money, you've also got to make sure it doesn't sell out. But on the whole, it's more good news and things that I think are pretty worthwhile. I did honestly think by this point that we would be running a bit dry on news and there wouldn't be much left to share, but it seems not. Let's hope there's still more info left for when the embargo lifts and some of the people start bringing out their reviews who actually got a review copy and not just benefited from Amazon messing up. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, especially if you're on YouTube, give me watch time. And have a good day.